Despite international aid efforts ramping up, the second wave of COVID-19 infections in India continues to intensify, yielding a new record high for daily deaths on Sunday and prompting an outcry, from businessmen and public officials alike, for government intervention to help ease the rate of infection. At this critical juncture when the toll of lives is rising, safeguarding lives is of utmost priority and nationwide maximal response measures at the highest level must be called for to cut the transmission links, Kotak said Sunday. We must heed expert advice on this subject, from India and abroad. For roughly 2 weeks, a second wave of the pandemic has intensified in India, overwhelming hospitals, exhausting the nation's vaccine supply and making the country the biggest COVID-19 hotspot in the world. Many are blaming India's ruling party for the outbreak, saying Prime Minister Narendra Modi campaigned aggressively for crucial state elections while failing to impose measures to help prevent a pandemic outbreak. Now starting to trickle in, election results are pointing to an overwhelming defeat for Modi's party. Evidently something went wrong. Evidently we were hit by a tsunami, Narendra Taneja, a spokesperson for India's ruling party, told CNN last week. We know we're in power, we are responsible. Our focus is now on how we can save lives. So far, only 6 of India's 29 states have imposed some form of COVID-19 lockdown during the new wave of infections. According to an early Sunday report by Reuters, Indian officials ignored a forum of scientific advisors in early March who warned of a more contagious COVID-19 variant rapidly spreading around the country. Despite the calls for increased lockdown measures, officials instead held large political rallies attended by millions of maskless people ahead of the elections, Reuters reported. 19.6 million. That's how many COVID-19 cases have been reported in India through Sunday, the second most among countries and behind only the United States count of 32.4 million. Speaking to CBS, Face the Nation Sunday morning, White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain said the U.S. is rushing aid to India, including therapeutics, ventilators, personal protective equipment and rapid diagnostic tests. The U.S. is also looking to send over a portion of already purchased AstraZeneca vaccines. India hits new grim record with 3,689 COVID-19 deaths in one day. Al Jazeera, photos show the distressing severity of India's COVID-19 crisis. Forbes, India's daily COVID cases soar past 400,000 as crisis deepens. Forbes. Enough is enough. Ensure oxygen supply. Delhi High Court directs Center, Tribune India.